I'm not just talking about Mao in China or Stalin in Russia. I'm also talking about Pol Pot. Here's a guy in the space of 3 years who killed 2 million people. What about Ceausescu, Enver Hoxha, Fidel Castro, Kim Jong-il? Atheist murders in the name of atheism are still going on.
Yes, I'm sure the atheist dictators who commit murders don't do so out of self-interest or for the preservation of power. Instead, most of those murders are actually motivated by their devotion to atheism. This is what Dennett would have you believe.
Now, Richard Dawkins, in his book, The God Delusion, says, oh yes, but the religious crimes were in the name of religion, but the crimes of atheism were not in the name of atheism. This is kind of what happens when you let a biologist out of the lab. Because here is a guy who has apparently a zero comprehension of history. All you have to do is open up the Communist Manifesto. All you have to do is look at the atheist regimes, which said very explicitly, we want to create a new man and a new utopia, freed from the shackles of traditional religion and traditional morality.
If you look at the biggest body counts of the major communist regimes, they were the result of starvation caused by the collectivization of farms and forced industrialization. Simply believing that there is no God, or even believing that we ought to free people from the shackles of religion, will not automatically motivate anybody to forcibly industrialize or collectivize an economy. That would be a complete non sequitur. There are plenty of atheists who are firm believers in capitalism. Famines were also weaponized to undermine resistance to the regime. Also, something that apologists would like us all to forget is that Marxism is based on Hegelianism, and Hegel was a Christian who incorporated Christianity into his philosophy. But even if the Soviet Union and other communist regimes were technically atheist, what they certainly were not was skeptical. I don't think there could ever be a dictatorship based on the principles of skepticism, because dictatorships hold on to power by forbidding dissent, and skepticism as a worldview holds that everything ought to be open to scrutiny.